video on TikTok. It was a TikTok video of someone, a guy. He was saying the Pro Max versions of iPhones are better than the newer base models. For example, like the 12 Pro Max is better than the 13 Pro Max is better than the 14 Pro Max is better than the 15, and like so on to the 16 Pro Max versions. And another guy makes a video saying that it's not true. The newer base models are better than the Pro Max. So the 13 is better than the 12 Pro Max. The 14 is better than the 13 Pro Max. The 15s are better than the 14 Pro Max, and so and so. So it's like it's contradicting what the other guy said. The other guy comes again and explains it. But then in the comment sections, I could see that in both videos, people actually confused. Some people were actually supporting the first guy. Some people were supporting the second guy. Okay. But this is my take on it. As someone who loves tech, as someone who loves both Apple and then Samsung products, and someone who has used most Apple products, I think the first guy is right. The first guy is right, like so right, because the Pro Max versions are just better than the base models of the newer, like iPhones. And then the Pro Max and the Pro are basically the same until the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, because the 15 Pro has a 3 times optical zoom and the 15 Pro Max has like 5 times. So that's the difference. It's only the 15s that have that. But then from the 11 Pro Max Apples, the Pro and the Pro Max, the only difference is that the Pros are a little smaller than the Pro Max. That's it. Okay, now let's go back to what we are saying. The 11 Pro Max or the Pro phones are built so good and they are targeted to Pro users. So for the longest time, even till date, all the base models of iPhones are not 120 hertz. No, they're all 60 hertz. Even the 16 is 60 hertz. But then almost all of the Pro Maxes have the 120 hertz like refresh rate. So this is to tell you that the Pro models are just made for Pro users, and then they are so good. Fine, you can argue that the base models of the newer iPhones, like let's say the 16, can outperform the 15 Pro Max in some specific places, not all. Okay, now here are 4 reasons why I think the Pro Max versions of iPhones are better than the base models. Just for the first one, the very first one, is the build quality. Have you ever like held a Pro model phone, like a Pro model? Let's say 12 Pro Max, 13 Pro Max, just the Pro models. Have you ever held it before? It looks so sleek, it looks so nice, it looks so premium. The reason why is because the base models just have aluminium, but then the Pro Max models have stainless steel and then sometimes titanium, which is from the 15 Pro Max, 16 Pro Max. They had a titanium, but the rest of the other Pro models have stainless steel, whilst the normal base iPhones have aluminium. Yeah. Okay, so the second one is the screen or display. The second one is the screen or display. So for the Pro models and the Pro Max, they have 120 hertz like refresh rates on their screen, and then it goes very bright. But then on the base models, like as I said in my earlier video, it has only 60 hertz. And for the longest time, even the 16s have still 60 hertz display. If you don't really understand the 60 hertz and the 120 hertz or stuff like that, just let me know in the comment section. I'm going to make a separate video explaining that. But then it's simply how fast the screen can move when you are scrolling. That's the simple thing. And also, what leads us to the third one is the fact that it has more features, especially at the camera side. The Pro Max have 3 cameras. The base models have either 1 or 2. And there's this feature called the LiDAR display. It helps you scan, and it's only found in the Pro Max versions, not in the normal ones. Also, it has 3 cameras. It has telephoto. Yes, you can argue because there are some base models that have telephoto, but then it's not as fast or easy to use as the Pro Max or the Pro models. Yeah, now let's talk about the last one. The last but not the least, the fourth one. The fourth one, I'm going to talk about the RAM and the ROM. It has a very large processor compared to the base models, and also because it's a Pro model, it's optimized very well. So with time, you can still use the old 13 Pro Max, 12 Pro Max, 11 Pro Max, and it's still going to feel smooth because the RAM and the ROM was very well integrated in the Pro models as compared to the normal base models. Okay, so I think now you guys can understand why I think the Pro models are better than the newer base models. I think now you understand why. And yes, you can also argue because someone might ask, oh, verified. I just saw the 16 and then the chip inside was higher than the 15 Pro Max. Yes, that's what is done right now. So maybe the A17 or let's say A18, it's more than A17 Pro. So what am I saying? Yes, but they are just numbers. You can't base or you can't rely everything on that. Yes, in the book, on the papers, on the screen, on their websites, blah blah blah, that is what they're going to write, that is what they're going to tell you. But then when it comes to real life scenarios, when it comes to you using a daily usage, I don't think it's going to do that. Maybe you'll be fortunate because the battery life is going to be better because the chips are very very much optimized. But apart from that, the Pro models are always going to outshine the base models. Thank you for watching this video, and I just hope it was very informative. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. If you want me to make more videos about the questions you're asking, you can just drop them in the comment section and I will do well to reply them with a video. My name is Verified. Peace.